Wow, we got more bad news for the Dazn streaming app. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Also, head over to Patreon right now, link in the description. I will be shifting some of the content over there, so you don't want to miss it. Or you can hit the join button to become a YouTube channel member. The join button next to the subscribe button, and it's a definite way to help the channel. Now, the reason I said more bad news for Dazn, I've talked about this extensively on my channel. As you guys all know, we're in a pandemic. You know, there's nothing that anyone can do about that to have prevented it or anything like that. Globally, this is an issue, And I told you from the beginning, like literally, I think it was the week the NBA shut down. You know, I was doing my routine videos and I made a video and I said that I believe that out of all the boxing, since, you know, this is my sport, Dazn would probably be hit the hardest. And I gave my reasons. The video's still up. I don't delete the videos or anything. And you can listen to that particular video. Just to recap, in case you missed it, some of the reasons that I cited was the problem last year became Dazn raised their price point by 100%. They came in the game saying bye-bye pay-per-view and pay-per-view's dead and we're $9.99. Do away with pay-per-view, and then they doubled their price, you know, raised it by 100%. They grandfathered in the accounts that were locked into the $9.99 as long as you stayed a Dazn member without any lapses. But that ended, you know, March 25th. That was the last time. So everybody was slowly but surely getting bumped to the $20 a month price point. So as I stated in that previous video, Dazn was going to run into problems because they told people to, with the new pricing points, to either spend $100 and have the ultimate savings, get a year in advance. I told you myself, I don't like doing that with a new service like Dazn and a sport like boxing, because you ultimately don't really know what you're going to be getting. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you have DirecTV and you order the NFL ticket or the NFL pass or whatever it's called, right? You know you're going to have access to the games. The games, no matter who's injured, if the starting quarterback or Tom Brady gets injured, then, you know, somebody's going to replace him. If Derek Carr gets injured, somebody on the Raiders is going to replace him, right? So injuries happen in all sports, but you have a little bit of reassurance because you know at least the appropriate games are going to be played, and then they're going to keep getting played until you get to the playoffs, and then you get to the Super Bowl, right? Boxing doesn't work like that. There is no guaranteed Super Bowl. There's big fights like Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua when they were both undefeated, and the two sides didn't agree. We know why, Anthony Joshua. But nonetheless, it didn't happen. Now they both have losses. So you can never make that up. They can fight still, which will still be a good fight, but you can never, in my opinion, I don't think it'll match the hype that it would have been when they were both undefeated knockout artists, and that was the perception, you know? So paying $100 up front for fighters to pull out of a fight, fighters to get injured, fighters to fail a drug test, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Plus, Dazn's new, so, you know, new-ish, so they didn't have like a track record of putting on crazy fights. You know, the World Boxing Super Series was fun, and that was responsible for some of their best fights last year. But what divisions can they even do the World Boxing Super Series? They still haven't even finished the cruiserweight. So I told you guys in recap and gave you all these reasons why I felt Dazn would struggle. The biggest reason is they have the highest price point amongst all their competitors. You look at ESPN Plus, you look at Disney Plus, Netflix, any type of streaming app and service like that, Dazn is the highest, you know, $20 a month. My Netflix doesn't even cost that much. Netflix is like $13.99 a month, and that's after they raised the price over years of service, and their catalog is fat. Like, I just watched a movie with Thor, The Extraction, Chris Hemsworth, very good. Dazn, their bread and butter was the live events. Now, long story short, I apologize for the fans, the longtime fans of my channel, and this is me repeating the information, but I got new people who always listen to my videos as well, so I have to kind of recap. But nonetheless, Dazn, it's starting to show everything that I said in that video. Ego Stradamus strikes again. So I seen this on Twitter, and basically you had a fan who has complained, and he said Dazn is trying to be slick with it. And he said #L. So he gave them an L. He said, like, you get an L for that. So basically, I guess this guy is saying he had contacted Dazn to try to cancel the 100, because he had paid up front. He had paid the $100 up front. This is what the guy is saying. He's saying he had paid $100 up front for the service for Dazn as a boxing fan. But with this unprecedented event and pandemic happening, he doesn't feel he's fulfilled. He doesn't feel Dazn has fulfilled their promise of what he thought he was going to be getting. So he asked for his money back in some form or fashion. I don't know if he wanted a full refund or whatever. However, the guy is alleging that Dazn, was not cooperative and their customer service sucked. So they were trying to keep his money, and they didn't really offer him recourse. So you guys see, he followed up with this, and he says, I guess he disputed it with his bank, or in this case, PayPal. And you see the PayPal, and it says, case closed in your favor. We reviewed the case you filed April 20th, 2020. So I guess it was a 30-day process, and have decided in your favor. We've issued you a refund of $100, or we've issued a refund of $100 to you. It may take 5 days for the refund to reflect your PayPal account or balance if you pay using credit card, blah, blah, blah. And then it says seller name, Dazn US LLC. So he wasn't content with this purchase, and he was saying it's basically hard to get his money back. So I don't know, man. Dazn, they have some real life issues. This is exactly what I worried for, and this is exactly what I said. Dazn has to find something. I know they're saying boxing might come back, but how much damage is going to be done? Because I really feel Dazn dropped the ball in not telling the fans what their options were. Like, it's almost like they took the money and ran. I get we're going through unfortunate times, uncertain times with the pandemic, but you can't just hold on to someone's money and not fulfill your end of the bargain of what you thought you could for whatever reason, pandemic or not, and not let people know, what you plan on doing or providing. I mean, none of it just makes sense. I don't even want to go too deep into it. It just doesn't make sense. I've told you guys the same thing. They're charging people $100 a year or $20 a month at this point. They have no live events, and they haven't had live events since March. I think the last main fight that they had, Mikey Garcia, Jesse Vargas, in February. So they really haven't had any big fights. They're on a hiatus, and now people can't get their money back and are having problems with their customer service. This is just a bad look to me. And this is what I feared, and now you guys get to see it. Ego Stradamus strikes again, new media, And Dazn, like I said, I don't know what the deal is. They're furloughing employees. They should definitely consider their blueprint and their business model and how they treat the customers as well, right? And you look at the situation, customers, especially going forward with people losing jobs and things in this pandemic, people's money is tight, so you got to make it make sense and at least try to appease the customers or make it make sense in some form or fashion. But I told you, Dazn really, simply put, wasn't doing that from what I've seen. For example, you're paying $20 a month for no live events because there's mandates and stuff that won't allow them to run shows. We get it. But you should have a backlog of content. Where's your like Canelo documentary or something that you were working on? Like ESPN. In this pandemic, they bumped up the Michael Jordan Last Dance documentary, which is getting rave reviews, and they just released it earlier than anticipated. Before the pandemic, they weren't going to release it to the point where you could have watched all 10 episodes at this point. That wasn't the game plan. But since they knew people were at home and whatnot, they bumped the date up and moved it forward, right? You look at Netflix. Netflix is a big company, streaming company. They have shows like Tiger King and movies with Chris Hemsworth I just told you about. And I've actually watched both Tiger King and The Extraction. So they have like a backlog. They have Ozark season 3. You see what I'm saying? They have different shows. Dazn, it's like you're getting this people's money, $100 a year or $20 a month or whatever the situation is. What were you doing with it? Like where's it takes money to make money. Like put it back into the pot, produce some shows, won't. And then the shows, they have a couple podcast shows and things like that. And they're putting it on YouTube for free. So it really makes no sense, and it's unfortunate and unfair to your paying patrons. You people are paying for $20 a month, and then the content that they're supposed to be getting exclusively, you can watch on YouTube for free. You know, that's like a Costco membership. What would be the point of me paying $50, $65 a year for a Costco membership if they let just anybody without a Costco membership walk in off the street and purchase the same things that I'm purchasing in their warehouse? It just wouldn't make sense. And that's precisely what Dazn is doing. They're putting the little bit of content that they do have in the absence of live events, and they're putting it on YouTube for free. Listen, people, this is all of what I've complained about or criticized, or whatever you want to call it. And now you guys are seeing it. Now people are getting their money back. And, you know, it must be a record amount of people who are dropping off from Dazn and unsubscribing until this is sorted. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know your personal experience, good or bad, with Dazn. I am very curious. And it's just a shame that, as you know, John Skipper and Markowski and all these guys behind the Dazn programming, when things are going good, you get quotes from them and interviews, and you understand what's going on. They don't have no problem doing press releases and stuff like that. But then during the pandemic, where people, like I said, their money's tight and people are worried and they're not getting what they signed up for, you hear nothing. They got some things they got to sort. Let me know what you guys think. Holla at those links in the description box. Dazn, they got to do something, baby. Drop your thoughts in the comment section as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.